And we're back with more Crossfire action here at the World Cyber Games Grand Finals 2019. And we've got a decent match here between two of some of the top teams here, between Super Valiant and, of course, Pacific Macta. And this is going to be a lot closer than we expected, considering Pacific Macta have been on a roll so far.
Yeah, definitely. Looking at their performances throughout, nobody would have really expected this to be the third-ranked team overall right now, with the likes of Black Dragons and RU Legends just falling short in some of their earlier matches. But now, Pacific, this is really their chance to show everyone that they can solidify a nice spot going into those semifinals and potentially upset a big team here if they can pull it off.
Yeah, because we just saw Super Valiant take down All Gamers. Wasn't super comfortable. It was about 10-6 in the end on Black Widow. But what do you think of this matchup? You've seen some of Pacific Factor before, but the problem is with this team, it's going to be hard to come by considering how good offline Super Valiant are.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough order to fill, especially with the likes of Emzen returning in for SV. We just saw there against All Gamers. He was just so dominant in his performance and his ability to lead this team. So I think Pacific definitely has their work cut out for them. But just looking at their records throughout the group stage so far, they've pulled off some wins I wouldn't have expected from them so far as well. I mean, they took down the likes of Golden 5, who looked really strong in their match against AG, only losing 10-8. So it's definitely a team that could pull it off if they're able to take down the likes of some of the other strong teams here.
Yeah, actually, considering you just said that, yeah, we watched that match and we thought they were going to do really well on how strong they've been. But, you know, the problem is with Pacific Macta, they've been on a good run, don't get me wrong, but with Super Valiant, they've got such a good team. We've got players like, you know, Emzen, you said, like N9 as well. They've been on a 10. After beating All Gamers, the momentum's going to be so high for them.
It really is. SV, they're really the team to beat at this point. It came down to both of these undefeated teams just facing off after they were both 4-0, and SV, they just look so dominant here going in towards the playoffs, which they're guaranteed to make at this point, and now they're just going to be fighting for that #1 seed because they know they get that advantage of playing the #4 in the first round of the semifinals. That's right, and we are going to go into map now between these two powerhouses here, and we can see what Pacific Macta can do here on Encar. Starting things off, it's going to be 18, getting the opening pick here, takes down ZDD already. Things off to a clean start for the guys on SV, 5-on-4. Pacific, though, the newcomer on the roster, going to be Matt Zera here. The rest of the core roster, though, remaining the same from their previous renditions here. So 5-on-4, looking to try and sneak their way potentially in towards the B bomb site. Aldrin gets the opener, though. Anka goes down. SV starting to rotate and things looking a bit scary. Nobody on site to defend.
Yeah, 18 is trying to push around to see what he can do here, but at this moment in time, two members of Super Valiant have already been taken down, but as I say that, Aldrin must get another one of his own, and it's only Anik is taken down as well. What a great start here. Definitely a misread coming out from SV as well. They had no direct defense on the B bomb site, and Aldrin just opened up things nicely there and gave them a chance to slide in pretty comfortably and take the first round here. 1-0 to start things off in Pacific. They're already looking to take this one pretty quickly over towards the A bomb side. A lot of early utility from both teams, though. Enough from SV to actually back them off here. Yeah, they used quite a lot of utility earlier on, but as you can see there, they pulled them back from long, but as you can see, they've pushed up just a little bit just to find out some information, but that's some crucial information. They've pushed up quite far here, so we're going to see what they can do, if they can actually rotate behind them and maybe get away with it. But look at this, one of the members here of Pacific Macta is going to maybe sniff out if he does come from a long, but it won't be the case as Anka's now trying to see what he can do here, just trying to find any little information he can, but he is going to pull back, but it's going to be quite a slow start here. It's going to be Aldrin going for the peek again. This time, though, Anka gets the triple kill. 18 comes in to clean things up nicely, and it's just going to be a slaughter in mid. Now leaving Revenge all alone. It's not going to happen, though, and SV immediately shut down that execution before there's any chance, but beautiful hold there coming out from Anka. Yeah, it was escalated very quickly there, considering the slow pace they were making, but you saw there, yeah, he did a great job from him getting that triple kill to finish things off, to get that first round on the board for SV now. But as you can see, Mazin's trying to push up just a little bit just to see what he can find, which is fair enough, you know, he's just trying to find what kind of information you can pull from the side of Pacific Macta here. But Mazin shot just a little bit, sadly misses his shot, and ZDD managed to take him down here, so it's going to be quite difficult to find out what they can do here in a 4v5 situation. Anka, though, able to pick up Matt Zera on the kill there. 4-on-4 now. It looks like SV is going to try and rotate slowly here over towards mid and A. ZDD, though,
a bit antsy in mid, trying to get that opening pick to try and get the numbers back in favor of Pacific here. But it looks like they are ready for the A execution as well. It's going to be WQ on the bottom of the A bomb site, waiting for someone to peek out of the vents or potentially through the smoke here on A arches, but still, the pace has been slowed down. Pacific trying to find a clean opening here, but WQ, he's ready to hunt for it here, wanting to find the opening pick for SV on this execution. Aldrin, though, here's the quick switch to the nade. This could be enough to give it away.
Yeah, this is quite an orthodox from him. He's going to try and push up here. Managed to take him down. And now that's a perfect opportunity to try and pull back. Get another decent position there. I think they were expecting to be a little bit higher on that A site, but didn't even expect him to push tunnels there. But that was a great play for him to take him down. But only a minute left on the clock here. And look, Uncas literally just there. But ZDD's going to not find him just yet. But Uncas has been very patient. He's going to find him now. Barely managed to take him down. Did so much damage to him as well. But he's going to try and get away and fight for another day.
Anka, though, grabbing a lot of information on the B rotation coming through from Pacific. So Pacific, they have to change things up here to try and not get caught off guard. And that's exactly what they're going to do, pushing through mid. They may go for the mid to A play, potentially. We'll see what they try and do right now, though. N9 anchoring this B bomb site. He's going to be ready for the attack, but it's not going to be quite enough. ZYK takes him down. Anka now all alone on the backer site. Has to almost give it up here as the bomb looks to go down.
Yeah, 3v3 here. Anka's trying to sit back a little bit to play patiently, wait for the rest of his teammates to rotate with him. But there's only 35 seconds left on the clock. ZDD's trying to do what he can to try and hold him back, but Anka's been so patient here, and the patience paid off, but in the end, he did get traded. And now it's a 2v2. 18's literally right next to him, but it's a few shots, but finally managed to take him down. And there's only 20 seconds left, and he's got to try and do something here. Fakes to the fuse, but he's going to try and hold it down now, but in the end, as you can see there, managed to get another round on the board for SV.
It is going to be SV now moving into the lead, but still very close rounds back and forth throughout. But unfortunately for Pacific, Anka getting that read in mid, they were just able to rotate in time and shut things down. Now Pacific, they're going to be looking to try and tie things up here in round number 4, sending a lot of players at the start towards A long and mid to try and get that early information, potentially exhaust some of that utility as well coming out from SV. SV, though, the one mistake they've made so far is they're a little bit antsy on these early picks on their defensive half, getting a little over-aggressive towards A almost every round. Pacific, though, are set up to try and shut this down, waiting for that early aggression to come out, but SV doing a good job this time around, not getting too over-aggressive just yet.
No, you're right. Yeah, I think it was the last 2 rounds where SV did push up a little bit more, but they only did that, as you said before, due to the fact they wanted to see if they're all going B or see if they can catch him off guard. But so far, Pacific Macta managed to transition well into that, realising they did it twice in a row and just making sure they're not doing that early aggression again. But looking so far, it's going to be a little bit passive here, see what they can do. But got 2 members there in tunnel. They're going to meet up with N9. N9 gets taken down, but gets traded anyway. And it's all a complete mess here. It's going back and forth, and now it's going to be a 3v3 situation for these teams, and see if they can push forward onto the A site.
Pacific, a very clean execution there. WQ, though, somehow managed to get 2 before finally going down, but it is still a 2-on-3 retake here. Anka and Emzen looking to try and find an entry back in, potentially get this one back in their hands. Both of them trying to creep up from the global risk spawn, but it's going to be Pacific going for the double wide peek here. It's not going to matter. Anka finds the first. Are they going to be ready for revenge, though? Waiting patiently on the back staircase here. Matzera finds one. Revenge peaks a little bit too soon. Anka ready for the positioning, but still time is ticking. 15 on the clock, and it's not going to happen. Pacific tie it 2-2.
Yeah, Anka didn't really have much of a choice. He had to push in because there's still 2 members left, and considering the situation he was in, they could have been anywhere at that point. He only knew where one member was, and the other one was unknown. So because he didn't have enough information, that was fair enough. He just pushed straight through, but a slightly quicker mid push here. But as you can see, no one's going to that A long, but we'll have to see if SV do try and make that early push.
It looks like we are going to see the opening round strat coming out from Pacific once again, trying to sneak through the lower B tunnels here and potentially catch these B players off guard. This time, though, around, SV has 3 players ready for this attack. Not quite the stack they're prepared for. Pacific, though, trades it out 2 for 2 nicely. N9 holds on to grab another before finally going down to Aldrin. 2v2 now for the retake. Emzen and WQ quickly on the rotation.
Yeah, N9, one of the star players on this team, does get taken down, so it gives them a little bit more room for opportunity here, but revenge. Sandy for him does get taken down, but it's going to be 1v2 for Aldrin here, and we'll have to see what he can do. He's got plenty of time. So we'll have to see what he can do with it here, as he does push him very slowly to find out if he can find any of the members here. Does get caught out in the end by Emzen. And that is going to be another round on the board for SV, but a very close match so far.
Definitely neck and neck. The big thing I've noticed so far, though, is the sniper matchup here. Revenge doing a great job of outclassing Emzen in mid. And Emzen, he's almost had to turtle up here, but this time he goes for the first aggressive play so far of the game for himself. It definitely pays off, takes down ZDD in mid. And this is the raw aggression we were hoping to see out of Emzen throughout here. Already a 5-on-4, looking for a second pick as well, showing a lot of raw aggression in mid. He has the support backup in 18 there as well, right behind him.
And Revenge is still playing it safe in a moment. He's playing very passive just to see if there is any more aggressive pushes from SV. They know they've not done A long anymore, but they're worried in case they do go through mid to try and catch him off guard, which is not the case. But Anka, he knows there's a couple of members there, but he's just trying to hide himself as much as he can. He definitely knows now, but gets caught off guard by himself as Aldrin managed to take him down. So 4v4. It is level pegging here, but we're going to see what they can do. And 18 could get the flank round.
A lot of pressure coming towards this B bomb site. SV almost stacking the majority of their roster towards this play as well. Pacific, though, if they can read this and potentially rotate off towards A long, which they're slowly starting to do here, it could be a big round. But Emzen is going to preemptively rotate back towards A as well. They've already caught on. WQ actually quickly moving over as well. It looks like they've sensed this change in pace from Pacific, and now it could be a trap setup already.
Seems to be the case. Still got a bit more time on the clock. Still got about a minute. But looking at Dalbao, literally was peaking only a little bit too early there, but he's going to know they're coming in soon as Aldrin does push up, does manage to get one. Will he get a second here? No, he doesn't. Gets traded off, but 18 does get another one from a different angle, but it's only Matt Zero left, and they know exactly where he is. A rotation could be good here. They still got enough time for it, but, oh, we're saying that. He managed to get one. And there's only 2 members left here. We'll have to see what he can do. He does have the bomb. But now he's going to find another member, but sadly for him, he does get taken down just at that last moment when he's trying to pick up the C4 again. Good play from SV.
And now they're slowly starting to widen the gap here, 4-2. So there's 3 rounds left in the first half. Pacific still struggling to put some things together. They've got the executions now, but they can't seem to win these close quarter aim duels here against SV. Anka and WQ leading the charge, though, in those late-game fights. Right now it's going to be Aldrin, though, aggressively peeks WQ on the mid, gets the entry, but 18's already found one on the other side of the map. Make it a double kill. He's going to hold it off nicely, gets the triple before finally going down, and still SV managed to get an advantage out of that 3-on-2.
The damage may have been done already here as Revenge is the last man standing in the 1v3. We've seen a lot of clutch plays this weekend. This may be another, depending on what Revenge can do, because he's been pretty much on form, but we'll have to see what the consistency is like as he is trying to look around to see what he can find. He's still got 1:35 on the clock, so he's got plenty of time, but he can't leave it too long as he's trying to scout everywhere right now to see what he can find. Managed to find one in the end, just barely misses the shot, does pull back, does find one more member, which will be N9, and does do the clean-up duty there. 5-2 in favour of SV.
Definitely started off as a much closer match, but you can see SV, they've got the momentum behind them now to potentially bring this one heavily in their favor to close out the first half. 5-2, up by 3. They're definitely feeling comfortable now, going for the A-long aggression here just to have that early map control established. But right now, Pacific, they're almost forced to turtle towards their spawn here in the back of mid. N9 going to be spotted there by Aldrin on the jump peak. Unfortunately, no connection on the shots just yet. It's going to be 3 players now pushed out A long. Ooh. A nice nade, though, coming out from ZYK. Takes down N9 to about half HP.
Yeah, I think he had at least 2 members there, or 3 members maybe on A long. So the main thing about that control is the fact that they've stopped from doing that and they know exactly where they'll be going. It's basically cutting them off guard here. As Revenge, see if he can get a few shots off here. Sadly, it's not the case, but still a very slow start. You can still see Pacific Macta still a little bit worried about the aggression from SV earlier on, and right they should be, because they still got that A long control.
It's definitely a tough situation. Pacific giving all 3 corners of the map over to SV. They have almost no map control to work on a late execution with here, so they're going to have to move to retake one of these positions fairly quickly. Full connector control in the hands of SV as well, but Emzen, again, the no fear peak comes out. He takes down Aldrin. WQ, though, holds the corner, gets the collateral, make it a triple, gets the quadra kill. Amazingly done there from WQ. And just like that, it is going to be a 6th round on the board. Impressive play, to say the least, coming out from SV.
That was crazy stuff. I knew to get at least 1 or 2, because I don't think they expected another person there. But the fact they got all 4, that's going to demoralize Pacific Macta a lot here. So got quite a bit of aggression here, but as you can see, Matt managed to get one. There's still 2 down for SV, so this is their opportunity to try and get a 3rd round on the board here. Still being pretty aggressive, but WCG managed to get one of his own. It is a bit flashed off, but he's still in a very good position here to keep him back. But what a shot there, and N9 as well take one down. But Revenge does get the trade of Matzera here. So they've got Aldrin and Revenge left to try and see what they can do to maybe get this 3rd round win on the board.
WCG having an insane half here so far, 13-3, leading the charge for SV. Him and N9 being the last 2 alive has to be quite the scary situation here if you are Pacific. Macta, Revenge though, and Aldrin trying to find their opening here over towards the B bomb site. It is going to be a late lurk in the tower position, waiting for this to happen. And WCG, he's ready and waiting for one player to try and cross onto this bomb site. He's going to know exactly what's coming here. But he's actually not looking. He spots a little too late. He's not actually going to see the cross from Aldrin onto the back B staircase. That could be a huge misplay coming out from WCG. He doesn't know the players are both on site now. Finally spots Revenge on the back of the staircase. Now N9 slowly rotating in for the support from behind. They have a pretty clean position now for the retake.
Yeah, both players on SV are a little bit weak here, but we can see if they can get that retake as N9 is going straight in, checking every angle he can. He knows where there's one on site, but Revenge just managed to get away. But as I say, it gets taken down, and Aldrin's gone round the corner, so he's just trying to waste as much time as possible. He does come back, but he needs to be really careful here, as WCG managed to take him down. And that was quite a shame, really, because Aldrin may have had the opportunity there to waste a little bit more time to try and get that retake, but it just wasn't to be.
Yeah, and I mean, Pacific, I've got to give them credit. A lot of these rounds came down to the wire, and just a few small mistakes ended up costing them quite a few rounds here. But at the end of the day, when you have players like WCG and 18 fragging so insanely hard in that half, it's really hard to summon something to take them out.
We know it's a little bit harder for the, well, not for the Global Risk side, but for the Blacklist side, especially on that map. So I'm hoping at some stage it can make some kind of comeback here, because it was very close. They had a very good start, but some of the 4Ks and 3Ks you could see they were getting on the SV side, it was just making matters worse and worse. And there was a couple of situations where they kind of really had it, but you even saw on site on that last round, Revenge managed to dodge what was going on, but I think he tried to go for that aim battle, didn't win it. Aldrin could have wasted maybe a little bit more time, but I think he was just trying to catch him off guard, trying to be a bit more unorthodox rather than trying to wait for time, but it just wasn't to be the case. But Pacific Macta here, you know, they've got a bit of time to play for here. It's going to be a long road doing this map, but what do you think they can do here? Do you reckon there's any chance of a comeback they can do against SV?
Yeah, I think so. I think their biggest flaw in the opening half was they seemed almost scared to go for early map control. They gave so much of the map over to SV, and once SV had it, they just had to hold on and abuse their positioning. I think Pacific are going to have to be more aggressive in this half, and just as I say that, it is Revenge who already has the opening pick onto Emzen. ZDD finds one into WCG as well, and it's already looking like a great round for Pacific. Aldrin gets the double kill, and 18 is already alone just 20 seconds into the round.
You couldn't ask for a better start here. 18, the last surviving member here. If he wants to try and get an ace, now's the time to do it. But he managed to get one on the board, but gets traded off straight away by Revenge. But this is the start they need, but it's just a matter of their consistency. Can they keep this up?
It's all really going to come down to Revenge in mid. If he can consistently stall out Emzen's potential here, it's going to be a huge building block for success here on the side of Pacific, but still 3-7. Not really the position you want to be in at this point in the game, but Pacific are starting it off right. Once again, Revenge wins the duel in mid. Emzen goes down. That is a good key indicator that Emzen may have to change things up unless he wants to keep going down throughout this matchup in mid. But right now, it is going to be Pacific holding on to the 5-on-4 advantage, but SV already trying to test the waters here over towards the A-bomb side.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot slower pace now as they're trying to work out exactly what situation they can actually push through here. But right now, all 5 members are still alive for Pacific Macta, and they're just waiting very patiently here. A lot of discipline on their side, but literally, I have to find out. I was assuming he may have missed that shot, but N9 been a bit of a nuisance here. He's just messing up the audio cues for his opponent to try and make him out where he could be, but it seems that they are quite tempted to go for this A execute.
Right now, it is going to be a tough one here. Matzera and ZYK, the two trying to hold this one off. We'll see if they can make it happen. N9, though, a deadly entry fragger to try and start things off here for SV to grab that numbers advantage back. Here come the flashes over the top. N9 storms his way in. Can't connect on the shots. Finally gets one, but actually the grenade takes him down from ZYK. But the trades come through. WCG finds Matt Zera, and it's going to be a 3-on-3 for the retake. Things looking pretty clean for SV this time around.
Yeah, was a little bit worried at one stage, but it seems to be okay now. It's going to be the retake now. Pacific Macta to see what they can do here. Still got a little bit of time, but they can't be too patient here. But 18 is quite weak. Managed to get taken down from that nade, and Anka got affected as well. And as you can see, they're all going to try and push him around the same time. He is a little bit fresh, but Anka's ready for him. And as they do try and push him, one just go past him, managed to take him down, and it doesn't matter to take him down either. But that was a round Pacific Macta definitely needed as they managed to get that retake. So it's now 7-4 in favour of SV.
Looking at that round, Revenge actually being the key player there. Not only did he get the opening pick, but on the retake there, he sat in tower, actually legged a player across the map onto the A-bomb site and finished him off with a nade, which gave them a nice opportunity for that retake. Now 7-4. Still looking possible here for Pacific Macta potentially to bring this one back into a tie situation here fairly early on in the second half. Right now, though, SV getting ready to prep for an A execute once again. They want to have a second chance as they feel like they may have been robbed in that last round.
Yeah, they definitely were. They're playing A-long very patiently because they knew how much they got away with it last time. It could be different here as the trades are going back and forth. And they're trying to keep it bay as much as they can. That nade could be quite good, but I don't think they're going to fall for it as they managed to sit back enough to not be too weak in this. And Matt Zera is going to try and get a flank round, but N9, ooh, managed to take a little bit of damage there as he does try and pull back.
Matt Zera getting caught on the flank, though, could be a devastating start here, but Aldrin, will they check this position? He gets one, gets the double kill. Huge way to open up the round now for Pacific. Has to reload, though. He's caught on the reload. That could have been such a huge potential play there, but now it's WCG and Revenge in a 1v1 for such a crucial round here for Pacific Macta.
Yeah, you hate to see it, really, but it's just one of those things, but it's going to be a 1v1 between WCG and Revenge. Now, Revenge has been really on form. He's still going 6-1. And he wants to continue with that KD to see if he can take him down. But we'll see what WCG can do here. But he's only just directly underneath him. So they've still got plenty of time. Still got 50 seconds. But it's all on Revenge here to see what site he would like to try and rotate on. Hasn't really got much info to play with here. He's still not sure where he could come from. But he's at an angle now where he's kind of got both sides covered. But as you can see, WCG's just directly above him here. If he drops, it will be definitely in a bad place. But right now, he's going to try and look on onto that B side. And as he's going to push through, Revenge knows he's coming here. He just barely misses, but managed to survive anyway. But he's taken a lot of damage in the process. The bomb will go down, but we'll see what Revenge can do here.
Pretty strong read there from WCG as well. As soon as he planted, he got immediately out of the mid-range from that sniper, trying to force a close distance fight. He knows he has the advantage in it, and he's going to win it. Clean round coming out on the board for SV, and WCG again being the linchpin of success for his team. 5 kills in the half after 14 in the first half. This guy is on fire today.
There is no one stopping him today. As you can see, Revenge, one of the better players on the Pacific Macta side, sadly just missed that one shot which could have changed things entirely, not just for that round but for the entire game in terms of momentum. But a slightly quicker A-long push for SV, so they've got control of it, which is good. But now Revenge has been very patient around mid to see if he can find anything going, and doesn't find anything at the moment, so we could be seeing another slower round here.
SV, though, making a smart decision in this round. Emzen giving up that sniper to opt for the AK. He knows he's been losing those aim duels against Revenge, so now he's going to just try and use that AK to support his team. N9 gets the opener, and it's going to be ZDD going down. Things looking good for SV to start off the round. An early 5-on-4 advantage.
And the bomb is down as well. And that's what we see here. It's playing the patient game. They've still got a minute 30 left on the clock. Here's N9. Hoping that Revenge pushes at some stage, but his discipline is strong here. He's definitely not feeling the chance of risking going to mid to see what is going on here. So if he takes down N9, it will be extremely helpful, but they are a man down as Revenge is still waiting for him to come down. He knows it's going to be a matter of time, but we've only got a minute left until we find that out.
Right now, SV, they know the time is ticking. They're going to have to move in pretty soon here. N9 potentially to try and open things up here in mid, but Revenge still going to be waiting patiently on that angle. But SV, they have the numbers to go in for a full execution here and just risk it on the push. And that's exactly what they're going to do here, trying to pinch their way onto the B-bomb site. Aldrin going to be caught out alone, waiting for the rotation. Hopefully Revenge can get there in time to try and bring the support, but it's not going to happen just yet. Aldrin holding it by himself, actually takes down Emzin, but Macta here to try and trade. Not going to happen. Aldrin finds two. That's going to hold things off nicely, but N9, he's already snuck all alone on the A bomb site. The rest of his team slowly coming in behind him. A 3-on-2 now. SV, a nice fake there, gets them the advantage.
And that fake was a massive, massive play there. Really opened out the site on A. And this is going to be a much tougher retake than it was before, and especially since N9 did take down Aldrin, but it's only Revenge left. He needs to make a push at some stage. There's only 20 seconds left, and he's only got info on 2 of the players. And WQ sitting really far back just to make sure he wastes as much time as possible. To be expected there, N9 managed to close things out. And only one more round needed for SV to close out this map, but Pacific Macta, a great start on both the halves, but the consistency has just not been there.
Nice fake as well coming out from them in the previous round. Definitely giving them that confidence here to be on top on match point now. It looks like we may have had some connection issue here, but we're going to hop right back in. It is going to be just one round needed for SV. They've got the 5-on-4 as well. Revenge being down early. Not a good sign for Pacific, but Aldrin does manage to get the pick onto Emzin, who's still sitting on 0 kills this half. Matt Zera swings in the mid, gets the double kill, looks for the triple, somehow has time to switch to his pistol and grab it. It's going to be WQ now left in a 1v4, but if anyone could do it at this point for SV, WQ could be the one to make it happen, but not this time. Matt Zera, big round, 4 kills going his way, and Pacific live to fight another day.
Yeah, that was crazy stuff. Matt Zera was not caught off guard at all. A little bit unaware from the son of SB, but I don't think they actually expected him to flank round like that. But end of the day, they did get another round on the board, but as I say, like, Emzin takes out Revenge again straight away. That's 2 for 2. Revenge has got to be a little bit more careful. I can understand him trying to take a risk to be a little bit more unorthodox, but it's just not happening. But Aldrin might take down one, might take down 2 in the end. He's trying to get the third on Emzin, but Emzin just wait for time a little bit more. Managed to get a third, but doesn't get that 4K, as finally 18 managed to get that trade, but he's the lone soldier here in this 1v3.
Huge round on the table, though. 18. Very strong clutch player. We'll see if he can make it happen, but Matt Zera, again, saving his team round after round, finds himself another kill. It's going to be 6-9 on the board. 3 rounds away from overtime. Pacific somehow trying to claw their way back into this one.
May have boosted spirits and morale just that little bit, but it doesn't change the fact that SV are just one more round away. Pacific Macta are making a little bit of a comeback from being 9-4 down. They've got to be really careful here. N9 is pushing up quite quickly to try and get that A-long control as soon as possible. And it seems like Pacific Macta are really playing defensive here. They don't want to risk any of those picks or trying to push out openly, but so far, N9's got a little bit of that tunnel control there, but Unka now trying to see what he can find on that right side of the site, but doesn't find anything yet as he just throw a nade. Doesn't even get any meat damage done, only a little bit. But Emzin now is going to try and push through, but they are going to try and execute on the site, and they're pushing quite quickly here, but N9 does get taken down, and Unka gets one for his own. It's 4v3 now, they're all going straight in. ZYK trying to keep it back as much as he can. Managed to get one, but it's only Aldrin left standing here in the 1v3.
It's going to be a tough one, but just as I say that, it's already done. It's going to be SV remaining undefeated here. 6-0 to move forward in the group stage, almost guaranteeing themselves that first place seed, 1 match away from doing so. But still, Pacific, we've got to hand it to them. A strong performance as they fall 10-6.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, like, it was just weird because of the fact that at the start of both halves, they were doing really well. They're showing that consistency, but it just wasn't there throughout the course of the game. I kind of felt like SV downloaded them to a certain degree, but even towards the end, because they knew they only had one more round to win, they didn't want to risk too much, you know, trying to get the A-long control early. But then again, you did see Revenge get taken down twice in a row, trying to push up mid to try and get that first frag.
Yeah, and I think it just came down to Revenge getting a little too over-aggressive towards the end, but also in their first half, only able to put up 2 rounds. Not the start you need to really try and rebound and claw back from. So SV, got to hand it to them, looking very clean and potentially as the team to beat going into that playoff stage. But still, there's a lot up for grabs in those remaining spots. So many teams vying to try and fight their way into just the top 4 spots we have left.
But Pacific Macta have been very, very impressed with what we've seen so far. Not just a win record, but it's the first one we've actually begun to see how they play. And we can see why, you know, they seem to be quite quick. They seem to be executing the sites quite well. There is some risk involved, but as you know, the greater the risk, the greater the reward. But sadly, it wasn't the case on those final 2 rounds. But very impressed so far. I'm actually glad that they managed to step their game up and do well here. That means they are going 3-2. So they need to try and at least win the next couple of matches to try and get one of those top 4 spots.
Yeah, now a lot of these teams vying for that 4th position have to be a little bit nervous because it's going to be an automatic invite to play SV, and nobody really wants that. So Pacific winning these last 2 games could be pretty crucial for them to not have to face them as their first semifinal matchup.
It's not really the kind of semi-final you want to start with, is it? Like playing against SV, because offline...
Well, I mean, a lot of times, especially with kind of the way that esports is now, everything is sort of sectioned off based off who the publisher is, right?
Yeah.
Blizzard games are over here, Valve games are over there, Riot Game is over there. Now we can kind of bring everything together, which is nice.
I like how you fix yourself.
Okay, it's probably just one person holding it. It'll be a bit weird if it's at least 2 or 3. But no, he sadly must have to take all 4 of them down. But that's us done for now. We are going to go to a break, and we'll see you in a few.